Well, the body of former Cambodian King Norodom Sihanouk was carried through the streets of Phnom Penh on Friday. More than 1 million people turned out to watch. The funeral procession began at the Royal Palace and ended at a funeral pyre set up in a nearby park. Sihanouk, who will be cremated on Monday, died of a heart attack last October in Beijing and has been lying in state ever since.
The ceremony began with a royal procession where the king's remains, encased in a golden ark, were brought out of the royal palace. It was then transported to a float and paraded along the capital's main streets. Sihanouk was 89 years old when he died of a heart attack in Beijing last year. He had twice served as Prime Minister and was king twice before abdicating in 2004 in favour of his ballet dancing son, King Norodom Sihamoni, who is widely regarded as having ascended the throne reluctantly. The procession will end in an area next to the royal palace where a cremation site has been established. The body of the former king will remain there for 3 days until its cremation on Monday. Several heads of state and other foreign dignitaries are expected to attend.
I regret that we lost a great king who did good for the country. He made good developments and kept Buddhism what it is today.
I regret the loss of the king. Even though I'm poor and don't have much money to travel here, I came to pay my last respects to him because we've lost him forever now.
Despite self-exile in China and deteriorating health in later life, Sihanouk remained a key figure in Cambodian life. Praised for leading the country to independence from France in 1953, his picture is still displayed in homes and public buildings throughout the Southeast Asian country. Although he was accused by some of being an absolute leader and criticised by others for initially endorsing Cambodia's Khmer Rouge, for many he represented stability throughout the country's decades of turmoil.
He was, although not a very different kind of reverence from what we have here in Bangkok, where I am, where the king has his almost godlike status. Sihanouk presented himself very much as a human figure, a very capricious figure as well. At times he gave up on the title of king and made himself prime minister. And his extraordinary career and the turbulence of his life very much echoes that of Cambodia's recent history. So I think for older Cambodians, he is a giant figure, a very big man, who almost personified their country. I think for younger Cambodians, they'll recognize that this is the passing of an older generation of charismatic leaders of the type we really don't see anymore in this region. And with the development of politics and of globalized economics, you don't have countries dominated to such an extent by one single figure. Although, ironically, Cambodia's current ruler, Hun Sen, a very different kind of man from a very poor background, a very tough man, does, in a very different way, dominate politics there.
For most Cambodians, this is it, their last chance to say goodbye to their king father. He was known as charismatic and controversial, straying from the traditional role as a royal. Regardless of opinion, Cambodians now take pause to look back at the last 6 decades of their nation.